This is part 2 of reading 4 books before the end of the year so I can meet my reading challenge on Goodreads. So far I've gone through 2 out of 4 books. I have 5 days left of the year. Let's see how I do. I wish I had gotten more footage of me reading this book because it really had me giggling the whole time. And I feel like every time that I wasn't giggling, I just looked so shocked and confused. It is 7:15 p.m. on December 25th, and I officially have 1 book left to read. I just finished The Hawthorne Legacy, the second book in this trilogy, and I gotta say, this was a solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was a lot more entertaining than the first book, and the plot twist, oh my god, there was plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. It was so good and engaging, and I loved it, and I can't wait to read the third one. However, curveball, my 4th and final book of the year, is not going to be The Final Gambit, which is the 3rd book in this trilogy. It's actually going to be a new book. This is called Inkblood Sister Scribe. I know very little about it. It was gifted to me for Christmas, and I'm really excited to read it. I'm going to start this tonight or tomorrow, and we'll see how this goes. This was a 4.5, and we'll see. Yeah. Look over here. Oh, what's that? What's that? Oh, that's my country. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I think I'm officially starting to panic. I am about 40-something% through this book, Inkblood Sister Scribe. It's my last book of 2023, and I'm struggling to get through it. It finally got to a really, really good part, but it took me a while to get into it. The beginning was pretty slow, in my opinion. It's written very differently than most books I read. I mainly read YA, a little bit of romance here and there, but mainly YA, murder mystery. I believe this is more like an adult fantasy book, and it shows in the way it's written. I'm going to try and find a page that doesn't have a big spoiler or anything. It's a lot of writing for each page, and I'm definitely feeling it. I'm getting nervous about finishing this book. I'm really enjoying it. It started out really slow, which I didn't love, but it's getting really good. And I'm hoping that it'll be at least a 4 stars by the end of it. The plot's definitely interesting, and there's a lot going on, and it's very magical, which I love. But it's not getting my attention as much as I thought it would. I'm not as enthused about it as I thought I would be. So we'll see. I'll update you soon, hopefully. Never mind. I take back every single thing I said before. I am so hooked. I just had a plot twist. I'm not going to tell you where in the book I am, because that would defeat the purpose of the plot twist. But, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. Oh my god. Okay, I need to keep reading. Bye. And here's actual footage of me giggling and kicking my feet because of this one character's dialogue towards the end of the book. Also, please ignore the fish tank noise in the background. It's official. I finished my 40th book of 2023 on December 31st. So barely scraped by. Here is my Goodreads thing congratulating me that I finished so that I can prove it. And my 40th book and 4th book in this series was Inkblood Sister Scribe, which is an adult fantasy novel, very different from what I usually read. I'm giving this book 4 stars. It's really good. I really enjoyed it, but the beginning was so slow for me. It took me a long time to get into it. I wasn't getting hooked. I was having to force myself to read it, which you never want the book to feel that way. But about 150-ish pages in, I started getting really invested in the characters. We're following the storyline of 3 different characters that are all kind of intertwined with each other. The type of magic that they're using is so unlike any other magic related book that I've read so far, because instead of using like wands and just spells like, you know, Doctor Strange style or Harry Potter or whatever, they use books, which was so interesting. And I'm sure that this is not a new concept, but it was definitely new to me, which made the book so much more interesting. I 100% would recommend this book, even though it's on the longer side and it's definitely slower than most of the books I read. I think this was a great book to end the year with. Honestly, more complex than I expected. And there was plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. I think that's the theme for the 2 books of this video. Both of them had so many plot twists and so many things that I absolutely did not anticipate to happen. Like when it came to the villains or the antagonists in the story. But yeah, I was wrong about basically every other prediction that I had. And I kept just getting surprised. And the other thing, even though it started super slow, halfway through, this book had me giggling and kicking my feet and also being completely confused and just shocked about everything that was happening like all the time. And it was quite an enjoyable read, especially towards the end. It starts picking up the pace and it just gets you hooked in and you just want to keep reading. I'm really happy that it was the last book that I read this year. Well, it's the end of 2023. Happy New Year, you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!